with Susan Harf. I'm Rose Martin, and thanks for joining me as we get tips and advice for how to live our very best life. I wonder what's on her mind today. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Rose. Happy to see you, and I'm happy to be with you.
Nice to see you. So what are you thinking about today?
I'm thinking about the fact that I believe in infinite resources of everything good.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. Infinite resources of everything good.
Yeah.
Like there's enough to go around for everybody.
Exactly. So more for you is not less for me. More for you is more for me.
Ooh, I like that even better. Yeah.
So if, let's say that you and I want to date the same guy, and he decides to date you and not me. He might have a brother, or he might have a best friend, and he could introduce him to me. Let's say you and I are going for the same job, and you get the job and not me. Now I know somebody in that organization that I may not have known anybody in before.
Good point. The connections, I'm getting a pattern of a connection after what happens for one person, that we can help each other, like this chain of connection.
Exactly. And you're perfect, because you've led me to the next point, which is not only is more for you more for me, but we are all connected, and in a very real way. So for instance, I have a client who owns an antique store, and he was very upset the other day because he found out that another antique store was going in right next door to him.
Ooh.
And I said, I am so excited about this. And he said, why are you excited? And I said, I'm excited because do you realize that he was explaining to me that the other antique store used to be on the other side of town. Now he's going in right next to him. I said, he has been in business for a long time, so have you, right? Yes. The people who have only gone to his store on the other side of town are going to continue to go to his store, now located next to you, and if they're looking for antiques, which they are, which is why they're going to his store and they're familiar with his store, they're not going to get in their car and leave. After they go to his store, they're going to stop in your store now, and they didn't even know that your store existed, and now they do because of a person that you never knew before.
I see that. Yep.
Yeah, so now somebody who you never knew is going to impact your business in a positive way. Another example I have, and I love this story. Someone I know, her dog was very sick, and she was on the way to visit her dog in the hospital, the vet hospital. And she stopped at the grocery store prior to going. While she was at the grocery store, she was paying, and she was very anxious. And she went to get her billfold out, and her wallet just spilled on the floor, and all of her credit cards were on the floor. And as she was picking them up, she said to the cashier, "Forgive me, I'm just not myself right now. I'm very upset, actually." And she said, "What's wrong?" And she said, "Well, my dog is in the vet hospital, and he is very ill." And the cashier said, "Hang on a minute." And she went around her station, and there were flowers at the end. And she picked up a bouquet of flowers, and she came back, and she took the tag off the flowers and rang them up separately. And she said, "These are from me to you."
Aw, that's beautiful.
And I heard that story from a client who wrote about that on, I think it was Facebook. So every single person who reads her Facebook heard that story. And I guarantee you, and now our viewers have heard that story. And I promise you that the next time you are with somebody who is having a rough time, by the way, I noticed as soon as I told you that her wallet fell, our viewers maybe didn't see what you did, but I saw what you did. You said, "Oh,
right.
I'm so sorry." We have compassion for other people, but that compassion did not begin and end with you and I. Now our viewers have heard that story. Now everybody who read Facebook that day heard that story. And it makes us more compassionate to hear that story. So when we run into somebody the next time who's having a bad day, you may just buy them flowers. Even if you don't, you may remember this story. And so this story was about two people who you don't know.
And simple act of kindness and how that reverberated to so many people, right? And touched the lives of so many. So we, in a way, we never know those simple acts of kindness, what impacts they're going to have. But again, getting back to the abundance and more for everybody. When we do good, good happens. When we're happy, when we're compassionate, it makes sense.
There was a study done about people who win the lottery and their impact on other people. And part of the study had to do with after they won the lottery, they were either in their car or they were walking down the street. The first person that they saw, they themselves were lit up. They were so happy. And they had a positive impact on that other person's blood pressure.
Really? So physical.
So yeah,
wow.
It even extends to our physical state. And so yes, we are all interrelated. More for you is more for me. And conversely, when instead we believe, not only do we believe it's negative if more for you is less than me, that is negative, but it turns that negativity inward. How many times do you see somebody, they may not say that, but they act as though we're in a competition. They act as though they only have so much niceness quotient to go around. They don't. There's love is infinite, niceness quotient is infinite, and abundance is infinite. I really believe that. So
and our ability to help others is infinite.
It is. It absolutely is. You know, somebody once explained to me what it was like when a child has a sibling. When you're going to have another baby, and you may say to the existing child, you're going to have a sibling. They have no idea what that means until you bring the baby home. If you were to say to your spouse, you know, this is really fun. I've loved this relationship. I enjoy this relationship so much. And I love it so much that I'm going to bring another wife home because, you know, it's so great between us. And let's just, it's more fun. You would say, no. Right. And we're forgetting about the polygamy people and sister wives and all that. Okay. But that's not part
happening.
Of this. That's not part of this. But for this purpose of this conversation, that's not happening. Okay. Well, when you say to a child, I love having you so much. This has been so wonderful. We're going to get another one. Sometimes to that child, it might be, no. What? You already got me. You don't need anybody else.
Things are good.
Exactly. So unless we're talking about that, and that is a situation that we need to remedy too, because even in that situation, we need to say to the child, this person does not replace you. This person is not because you're not good enough. This person is for you, you know, we want more of a family for you and for us. Even in that situation, abundance is better for not only you, but for the child.
What can we say to ourselves to remind ourselves that self-talk there's enough for everybody, abundance for me, for you is more for me? What are some tips you can share that we could constantly remind ourselves about?
Well, first of all, you just said it.
Okay.
So telling ourselves just that, and then really believing that when somebody else has good fortune, what we need to do and the best thing we can do is to share in their happiness. And moreover, it will bring you happiness to go to celebrate somebody else. You know, I used to tell my child that when you go to a birthday party, you can sing the songs, you sing happy birthday, you can sing other songs, you can play the games, you can give them a gift, you're probably going to come home with a gift. You can do everything that the birthday person does, but it's not your birthday.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you can't celebrate everything that that person is and that person does, and the fact that they are celebrating their birthday. It just means it's not your birthday. So you will be better off for having celebrated somebody else and having shared their grief. You know, it comes across all lines. But infinite resources of everything good. That's what we need to remember.
That's a good one today, Susan. So many thanks to Susan for today teaching us about abundance, about compassion, about celebrating, and also about real life. If you've got a question for Susan, you'd like to suggest a topic, reach out by emailing her at reallife@blueridgepbs.org. And I'm Rose Martin, and until next time, let's go out there and live our best lives.